I knew that fourth cup of coffee was going to come in super clutch because I was drinking it and I thought to myself, well, here we go. I'm going to be up for the rest of the night. And luckily for me, some major news just broke. Lance Lynn is heading to the Chicago White Sox in exchange for top prospect Dane Dunning. What we're going to do is we're going to break down the entire trade and how it makes me, an Indians fan, absolutely terrified for the 2021 season because the White Sox the last 2 years have done nothing but get better and better. The Indians, we're kind of just plateauing. We're not really doing anything. And the Twins are in the same boat. They haven't done anything, not really any splashes aside from releasing and non-tendering Eddie Rosario. So today is going to be a wild video. It's probably going to go up a little bit earlier than normal. So I would really appreciate a subscribe and a like on the video because I am grinding so hard for you guys. I am trying to make the best news possible and get it to you right when you get up or right when it breaks. So I'm trying really hard, and hopefully you all can appreciate that. Now, real quick, before we get into the trade, I do quickly want to talk about something that really was sad. It hit my heart. Rest in peace to Dick Allen, one of the most underrated superstars of all time. I think that he should be in the Hall of Fame. His stats, unfortunately, he didn't play long enough. His prime wasn't long enough, although from 1964 to 1974, he led Major League Baseball with the most seasons with 20-plus home runs and an 850 OPS. That's how good this guy was back in the day. So the fact that he is no longer with us, 2020 has just been it's been an abomination of a year, and I'm so excited for 2021. I have a good feeling, but I also said that about 2020. We'll go ahead and stop talking about sad news. Lance Lynn is on his way right now to the Chicago White Sox, and like I said, this is not good for the rest of the American League Central because in 2020, Lance Lynn had a 2.2 WAR as a pitcher. He was one of the most prolific players in the entire American League if we're talking about the WAR stat. He finished the season with a 3.32 ERA, which on the surface, that sounds really good. However, he was giving up a career high in home runs. He ended the season with a 1.4 home runs per 9, which elevated his 3.32 ERA all the way up to a 4.19 FIP. So for all of my people that like the advanced stats, a 4.19 FIP is good. It is just not, it's not where you want it to be. You want it to be right about 3.5 to 4 if you want to be considered average, and really you want it below 3. That is when you are the cream of the crop. You are amazing at what you do. So Lance Lynn, while he did have a good season in 2020, he was even better, at least in my opinion, also with the advanced metrics. He was better in 2019. He dominated opposing hitters. He struck out 246 batters, only gave up 2.5 walks per 9 innings, and he came in 5th place in the American League Cy Young. So the White Sox are getting a back-to-back top 6 Cy Young Award finisher. He cares about every single pitch that he throws. I would want him on my team. He has been one of my favorite players in baseball. I really like Lucas Giolito. I love Yoan Moncada. Now that Robinson Cano is banned, I think that Moncada has the smoothest swing and the sexiest swing in all of baseball. So to me, aside from Sonny Gray going to the White Sox because that was my first pick, Lance Lynn going to the White Sox is a match made in heaven, and everyone else in the American League should be frightened because that offense is real. Luis Robert is going to get better. Tim Anderson is one of the best shortstops in all of baseball. Jose Abreu, he almost won MVP. They have Yasmani Grandal. They have all of the makings in the world with a rotation of Lucas Giolito. You now have Lance Lynn. You have Dylan Cease, who has unlimited potential. He throws 100 and has a wicked curveball. You have Dallas Keuchel and Michael Kopech, who is reportedly coming back healthy, and he should be able to play in 2021. They are disgusting, and I would not want to get in their way. The Indians and the Twins, they should not feel comfortable. They need to get on the phone ASAP and start making some deals. Maybe the Indians just say, you know what, the White Sox are already better than us. We're going to go ahead and trade Francisco Lindor and get all the pieces while the hype is still there, because the more time you take, the less you're going to get. So that is what is happening in the Chicago White Sox universe. Now we'll go ahead and talk about what the Rangers got. They got a top 10 White Sox prospect in Dane Dunning. Now Dane Dunning, he's 25 years old, and when you compare that to Lance Lynn, who is going on 34 years old, he might actually be 34. The Rangers are hoping for the future. They are trading for youth as opposed to having experience, because experience got them nowhere. Having Joey Gallo and Lance Lynn and all of these other guys on the squad, it doesn't really mean much, so they might as well get younger, and Dane Dunning is a perfect perfect way to start. In 2020, Dane Dunning, in his first 7 big league starts, I will say he did look pretty sharp. In 34 innings, he struck out 35 hitters and ended with a 3.97 ERA. Now, he did have a 2.74 ERA in 3 seasons in the minors, but that's in 266 innings spread through single A and double A, and you just can't really put a lot of faith into that, because who knows if minor league really does translate into the big leagues. There's been a lot of discussion about, yeah, you can be great in the minors, just like Vladimir Guerrero Jr., but sometimes the big leagues, it's just a different story, and the pressure, you can feel it, and sometimes you just don't amount to what you were supposed to because of the pressure and everything else around you. Maybe the environment, maybe you don't like your teammates or the food that they serve, or maybe you're getting less and less sleep. Who knows? But Dane Dunning, he is going to be a project for the Rangers. This is the first move by former MLB pitcher Chris Young. If you don't remember him, he was one of the tallest pitchers in Major League Baseball history. I'll throw up a picture right now, but in my opinion, I think that this is a win-win for both clubs. Dane Dunning was not going to be in the rotation going forward because Michael Kopech is coming back, and I truly believe that Dylan Cease is going to really hone in on his command and try and not give up the long ball as often. So for me, Dunning was going to be the odd man out, and what does that mean? They weren't really going to use him. He was still going to toil in the minor leagues for another year or two, so instead, they decided to flip him for probably just 1 year of Lance Lynn, and that can be really scary because he's 34 years old. Yes, he's been good, and he's actually shown flashes of being dominant, especially in the playoffs the last few seasons, but there is a possibility that with his advanced age, he is going to be more prone to injuries, just like Corey Kluber and the other older pitchers in Major League Baseball. I'm not hoping for that. I really don't expect that to happen, but it is something that you do have to face when you trade youth for experience. The injury factor, the injury bug, you always have to keep that in the back of your mind. And that pretty much does it for today's video. I want you all in the comment section down below to let me know who won this trade. In the long run, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I do think that the Texas Rangers, in the long run, obviously, because Lance Lynn has 1 more year left on his contract, and if the White Sox don't win a World Series, it's a bust, and Lance Lynn, he might walk at that point to get more money. They probably will not be able to re-sign him, so it's a 1-year rental, and you're giving up a top 10 prospect, at least for the White Sox franchise, someone that was able to perform in 7 big league starts and actually look pretty solid. So you're mortgaging the long term for a World Series or bust mentality in 2021. That's what I'm getting. This move, this is not a small move. This is we are coming to play. We are coming for blood. We have Moncada in his prime. He's not going to have the side effects of COVID-19 because he pretty much blamed his down season on the fact that he was sluggish and not feeling himself. So I think he'll be back at 100%. You have all of the other guys on that squad. The White Sox are going to be a problem, and that's really all I have to say. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, rest in peace to Dick Allen. If you did enjoy today's video, leave a like on this one as well as subscribe. Share it with some friends. Again, I stayed up late to make this video, so hopefully you can respect the grind. And yeah, stay safe.